The making of a gangster. Lawrence Bishnoi's early days. Lawrence Bishnoi. The name itself strikes fear in the hearts of many. He is the face of organized crime in India. This is the story of his rise to infamy. Bishnoi started small. He was just another boy from the Bishnoi community in Rajasthan, a community known for its peaceful ways. Ironically, Bishnoi chose a different path. He entered the world of crime while still a student. His first offenses were petty crimes, extortion, threats, but his ambition was anything but small. He craved power, he craved control, and he wouldn't let anything stand in his way. His early days were marked by violence, each act more brazen than the last. He quickly earned a reputation. He was ruthless, he was ambitious, he was someone you didn't cross. He was on his way to becoming a kingpin. A reign of terror. Bishnoi's criminal empire expands. Bishnoi's ambition knew no bounds. He quickly outgrew the dusty streets of his hometown. His sights were set on bigger targets, wealthier victims, more audacious crimes. He built a network, a loyal following of hardened criminals. They operated with impunity. Their reach extended across states: extortion, land grabbing, drug trafficking. They left a trail of fear and silence in their wake. Businesses lived in fear of his name. People whispered it with a mix of fear and awe. He had become a phantom, an unseen force that held entire communities hostage. His name was synonymous with power, a power built on fear and blood. From behind bars, he continued to orchestrate his empire. His network remained strong, his influence undeniable. He had become the undisputed kingpin, the face of organized crime in India. The killing of a star. Sidhu Moosewala's murder and Bishnoi's alleged role. The murder of Sidhu Moosewala sent shockwaves through India. Moosewala was a star, a beloved singer and rapper. His music resonated with millions. His death was a national tragedy. Bishnoi's name surfaced in connection with the murder, a chilling reminder of his reach, his audacity. Even from behind bars, he could silence his critics, or so it seemed. The investigation pointed towards a meticulously planned hit carried out by Bishnoi's associates. Motive? Revenge. Moosewala had allegedly been involved in a rivalry with Bishnoi's gang. The murder highlighted the dangerous nexus between organized crime and the entertainment industry. It exposed the vulnerability of even the most celebrated figures. No one was safe. A web of crime. The reach of the Bishnoi gang. The Bishnoi gang is not just another criminal outfit. It's a well-oiled machine, a network of loyal followers, corrupt officials, and powerful patrons. Their influence permeates every level of society. They operate with a brazenness that defies belief. Their crimes are often meticulously planned and executed. They have access to sophisticated weapons and technology. Their reach is vast, spanning across states and even international borders. Their primary source of income is extortion. Businesses, big and small, live under the constant threat of their demands. They also engage in land grabbing, drug trafficking, and contract killings. The gang's influence extends to the very institutions meant to uphold the law. Corrupt officials provide them with information and protection, making them virtually untouchable. Section 5. Roots of Rebellion, Bishnoi's community ties. Lawrence Bishnoi hails from the Bishnoi community of Rajasthan, a community known for its strict vegetarianism and dedication to protecting nature. Their peaceful ways are renowned. Ironically, Bishnoi chose a life of crime. His rise, however, is not entirely devoid of context. Some argue that it is a symptom of a larger malaise, a rebellion against the systemic discrimination and marginalization faced by the community. They point to the lack of opportunities and the deep-rooted prejudices that plague the community. For some youth, joining a gang like Bishnoi's offers a perverse sense of belonging, a path to power and recognition. However, it is important to note that Bishnoi's actions are not condoned by the community. They stand firmly against his criminal activities. His rise is a tragic aberration, a stark contrast to the values of peace and harmony that the Bishnoi community holds dear. Section 6. Behind bars but not silenced. Bishnoi's continued influence, multiple arrests, high-security prisons. None of it has been enough to stop Lawrence Bishnoi. He continues to operate his criminal empire from within the confines of jail. His influence within the prison system is an open secret. He enjoys a lifestyle that many outside can only dream of. Mobile phones, home-cooked meals, a steady stream of visitors. He uses this freedom to communicate with his associates, to issue orders, to maintain his grip on his vast network. He is a master manipulator, using threats, intimidation, and promises of wealth to get his way. His continued influence from prison exposes the vulnerabilities of the Indian justice system. It raises serious questions about corruption and lack of accountability. Section 7. Living under threat, the price of fame in the face of the Bishnoi gang. Fame offers little protection from the likes of Lawrence Bishnoi. In fact, it often makes one a target. Celebrities, particularly those in the Punjabi entertainment industry, live under the constant threat of the Bishnoi gang. Extortion calls are commonplace. Demands for protection money, threats of violence. Many choose to comply rather than risk the wrath of the gang. The murder of Sidhu Moosewala is a chilling reminder of the very real danger posed by the gang. It sent shockwaves through the industry, highlighting the vulnerability of even the most celebrated figures. The fear is palpable. Many celebrities have been forced to beef up their security. Some have even fled the country. The Bishnoi gang has cast a long shadow over the entertainment industry. Section 8. A society held hostage, organized crime, and its impact on India. The story of Lawrence Bishnoi is not an isolated one. It is a symptom of a larger problem plaguing India, the pervasive grip of organized crime. These gangs operate with impunity, their tentacles reaching deep into the fabric of society. They thrive on fear, corruption, and a lack of accountability. Their impact is devastating. Extortion cripples businesses, land grabbing displaces communities, drug trafficking destroys lives. The fear they instill silences dissent, eroding the very foundation of a just society. The government has taken some steps to combat organized crime. However, much more needs to be done. There needs to be a multi-pronged approach, addressing the root causes, strengthening law enforcement, and ensuring swift justice. Section 9. A shadow over justice. Can Bishnoi be stopped? Lawrence Bishnoi's reign of terror continues. He remains a potent symbol of the challenges facing India. His continued influence, a stark reminder of the deep roots of organized crime. Bringing him to justice is paramount. It requires a concerted effort, one that tackles not just the symptom, but the disease itself. The system needs to change. Corruption must be rooted out. Law enforcement agencies need to be strengthened and empowered. Witness protection programs need to be implemented. The fight against organized crime is a fight for the soul of India. It is a fight that requires courage, commitment, and a collective will to succeed. Only then can the shadow of fear be lifted. Only then can justice prevail.